I just want to say that Alejandro will be talking here about how and where to find partners for your business specifically. It's a little bit of SaaS oriented, obviously. So give Alejandro a welcome.
Thank you all. And this topic actually came from the community. So I normally like presenting, I like speaking, I know a bit of the industry, so I like sharing my insights. But this also came because of people in our Slack community that, by the way, you're all welcome to join it, and that we can ideally kick it off better this time because it's a bit slow, but we want to make it like bigger and bigger also for you to be able to connect with more people in your industry, more professionals that are related to what you do. You can connect, for example, for some, I don't know, out of work activities like potentially finding new jobs and so on. And we would like you, of course, to join that community. And that community said that the hot topic that they care of is where and how to find partners for your business. So may I ask you to raise your hands if you have this problem, if you're looking for... Okay.
I guess sooner or later everyone facing it.
Yeah. I saw like some people raising hands and some people like saying like, this is something I have to deal with. So this is a topic that we'll be addressing, and the idea is that this presentation will be more like interactive if you want to share some thoughts, if you want to share your experience, because this is built based on what we know about the industry, about the business, but there's many things we don't know, and you'll be able to co-build this presentation with us. So there will be some reflection moments, some moments that we will like have some great insights, some moments that you can share your thoughts as well. But I would like to start with what are the problems that we are addressing with this. So if you have the issue that you want to find more and better partners, like where are they, how to find them, there are some problems that you want to address. The first one, if I may ask, what's the first one that comes to your mind when you think like, I want more partners for my business because of? Revenue? Okay. So getting in front of potential customers I put first, but revenue is similar. So basically we want to be more visible to the people that will actually buy from us, right? The second one is generating more leads and more sales. So more traction, more volumes, more people knowing about us, generating more noise, more awareness. The third one will be innovating about our sales and marketing efforts. How can we do more with what we currently have? We have some people, we have some setup. What if we do these strategies to, like 2x, 3x, 5x this revenue stream? Because we know from some of you and some people that we work with that when it comes to especially SaaS and partnerships, but I would say like this is for partnerships overall, this could be actually like up to 50% of your revenue coming from partnerships channel. So if at a certain point you have sales and you spend lots of money and lots of efforts and you have lots of headaches thinking about the right keywords, the right messaging on your platform, your website and so on, like what campaigns should I run? Is AI helping me, for people to find me on Google or so on? Then there's another side of the coin, which is partnerships that is actually bringing some companies up to 50% of their revenue. So this is actually really big. If you think about what's 50% of your revenue, and then you can, evaluate the size of this opportunity. Then building associations with companies like ours, or better, or stronger. Because, for example, we at Trackdesk here, we work creating this platform for managing affiliate programs, affiliate networks, that is basically for anybody who wants to run campaigns, have the partnerships organized, attribute the commissions, optimize, let's say, the efforts over time and so on. So we want to work with some companies, for example, marketing agencies or other companies that deliver something, let's say, similar or equally interesting to the same customers. Of course, we want to be related to the good guys, not to the guys that are smaller than ours. So we sometimes need to look a bit bigger than we are. We need to show that we're more professional, we have better processes, we can be more, let's say, generous in our efforts to convince these bigger companies to work with us and to show the potential of our growth, right? Because you need to play your cards to make these people happy as well. Then expanding our community of ambassadors. Every company benefits from having ambassadors. By this I mean people who are happily talking about your products, happily recommending it, coming back again, even creating content without you knowing, because they will share in social media, Reddit, X, how amazing this product or service is. They will be sharing it on a dinner with someone that they use this tool. Do you know it? Maybe you can buy it. And they will be your ambassadors. So all these efforts will help you streamline that, because the more you know about your partnerships and how you build them, the more you can have this type of communication also with other people that will be sharing the same, right? So the next time you have a customer talking about your business, maybe this customer will know a bit more because you have some, let's say, partnership language, you have other insights that you share with them, and they will find them interesting as well to share with other of their own network. Engaging prospects from multiple angles. This is something that I think partnerships, especially with Tipalti, are one of our payment processors, or let's say payout processors that we work with, is reinforcing all the time, is saying like, hey, Alejandro, but you attack them from here, I attack them from here. And then we log them and we keep this customer between us. And that's something that partnerships can bring that a solo company cannot. And opening up to new markets, because many of the partnerships that people are looking for is like, hey, I'm good in Europe, I'm not good in the US, I'm not good in Asia, what can I do? Which company can help me open door here or there? So does this relate to you? Anybody? Can you think about any other problem that you're addressing with partnerships, with affiliation, with any type of collaboration? Yes?
Cost to market.
Cost to market?
Lowering the market, lowering the cost to the partners. You don't have to build the whole enterprise there, right?
Okay, interesting.
Short prevention, lifetime value. Sometimes they're integration partners.
Yeah, good as well. Now that you mention it, I think I should have put it maybe here as well, because I think the go-to-market is somehow, like innovating on the efforts. I can see it a bit, but that one I think is like a bit different point that maybe I was not fully aware when creating the presentation. But yes.
Maybe brand leverage. If you don't have a name on the market, you can utilize the partner.
Yeah, that's also good. So be like a subtitle of the other brand. Sometimes like piggybacking on that. Oscar.
We put a campaign once to try to get reactions on new features through an affiliate market campaign. Didn't work really well, but yeah, that's something we'd like to explore.
Yeah, testing, piloting something, it's also good outcome.
Yes, creating feedback loop with your PMs, also they can gather feedback from their customers if they have.
Good. I mean, we are getting lots of ideas. Yes.
Enabling partner on the other side.
What do you mean? If you can elaborate a bit more.
For example, if you have your solution and you want a partner to sell it, for example, or you want a partner to be engaged, the partner needs to know about your solution. You need to teach him as well about your solution. So it's partner enablement, and so how you're going to do it. Because if he has the means to do that, or he has the knowledge to do that, or he knows about the product, how you're going to do that, how you're going to teach the people, or you're not going to teach the people, and then you're going to support his efforts to promote, for example, to promote your solution.
I can think of one in our industry that, for example, many of the marketing companies that work with affiliate programs or work with partnership programs, and they help brands, they help advertisers become better in this. They say like, you know what, my customers have this problem and I'm not really sure how they can address it. So then we teach them, or we, let's say, help them understand better how all the tracking works and so on. So then we can attack this problem together. Okay, amazing. Let's move on. So basically with all this, we're looking for, I would say, type A and type B. This is not official. There's no literature about this. It's more about insights that we collected. That on one hand, we're looking for ideal person that will be in touch with our potential customers, wants this problem we solve to be addressed, will naturally promote us because they like us and they are interested in this problem to be solved, and will be a strong representative of our brand. So normally that's the best scenario, because these people will have a natural, let's say, trend or tendency to promote us. They will like this problem to be solved, and they will happily put us in front of their customers, so this problem can be solved and they can also make more money out of it. Or, work will be just a happier place. Type B will be that this person knows how to find our potential customer. They know, but they also know how to present the problem, but they would like to have an incentive for it. So, I know how to find your customer. I want something in return, and they can adapt normally to the brand's needs. So type A, I would call it more like a partner or referrer, someone that is naturally more inclined to be an ambassador of your brand. And the type B will be more affiliate or publisher, someone that knows the tricks, knows the business, knows the industry very well, and they can adapt to what you need and bring you money. They make money, everyone is happy. So do you see it the same way, or is there, who works mostly with partners here? Okay, it's a good number. And who works mostly with affiliates or publishers?
Usually it's a mix. Yeah.
Usually it's a mix, okay. But I see more hands being raised when we speak about like the partnership model. But anyways, we will review all the types of partners that we know about, and some strategies, how to approach them, what type of conversations you should have, what things to be aware of. But let's move on to the next one, because it also depends which type of partnership structure you're building. Some people will prefer to have fewer leads and fewer partners. I prefer quality over quantity. I want to take care of just few connections that will bring me quality leads. Or some people will say like, no, I want a lot of everything. I want to work with volumes, and eventually they will convert. Over time, I'll choose the best ones, and so on. So if you're in this quadrant, few leads, few partners, I would say normally what works best is personal introductions to the customer, to new partners. It's a lot about your personal connections. It's a lot about your network. It's about going to events, meeting the right people. Then you focus on quality. If someone from this group is not worth it of your business, it's not your ICP, why spending time? Like I'm working with few partners. I can teach these partners what I want. And you normally have custom agreements. Everything is a bit more like personalized. You tend to, let's say, find the way how to make everyone happy. So you need to be more flexible in these things, because, it's just few. So you don't need to think about volumes, automations, big things. Then if you're in the upper quadrant, you have lots of partners, but each of them is bringing you few leads. Then probably you want to have some sort of like standard partnership rules. Some terms and conditions, something that will be like easy for the partners to engage. So then you don't need to spend like such big time with each of them, let's say training them or like bringing them through the basics. Then you ideally should focus on the key performance, because if you have 100, probably 20 will be good, 80 will be not good. So what can you learn from those 20 and maybe give good feedback to your network? And you should have a fast learning and sharing machine. So this will be basically better for success. You can learn quicker from the ones that perform better, share that knowledge, learn how to get to these 20 that are good, try to recruit 5 more that are also good, and then grow in this direction. But this is, different challenge than having this other challenge. So that's what I wanted to point out, that you need to understand which type of structure you're building, and based on that, the game that you want to play. Then you have lots of leads coming from few partners, meaning that you have 5 partners, each of them is bringing you thousands of leads. Then probably what you need to do is quick feedback process. Hey, you partner A, you're bringing me, 80% bad leads. Let's fix it. I'm just working with 3-4 partners. I need to fix your 80%, let's say, crap or junk traffic leads. because the other ones are bringing me good traffic. Let's fix that, and then it's easy to, maybe it's not that easy to solve the problem, but it's easy at least to address it. And then what I mean here is that if you're stuck there, you shouldn't be with few partners and lots of traffic. You shouldn't rest on it. You should actually proactively try to find the best way how to work with that partner, because one rule can change the behavior of, I don't know, 80 leads, 1,000 leads, and that's a very valuable time that you will be saving. Then focus on relationship, because you need to build a relationship that is based on trust, based on feedback, based on sharing what's working, what's not working, and we need to be open enough to share good and bad things. And also you need to have flexible incentives, because many of these let's say partners will react to different things. Some of them will say like, you know what, I don't have much time to care about qualifying everyone I send you. So you will need to, let's say, bear with it, just decrease a bit my commission. We're happy with that, and maybe you will find in that, let's say, compromise, a better balance. And if you work in the upper quadrant, you need to have a quick qualification process. You will have thousands of leads from thousands of partners. You cannot waste time checking each of them individually. So they should have like automated rules, like disqualifying rules, like all of these automations you have to think of. Then diverse offers and incentives, because you don't have time to also qualify each partner individually. So some of them would like to have, for example, I don't know, pay me based on number of leads. The other one will say like, yeah, pay me if they come to your website. The other one will say like, well, pay me if they buy from you. So you have to have different models that they can choose from. So basically you can serve everyone with little effort. And automated workflows. If this happens, then do this. If this happens, then do that. If someone signs up, send them this message. If someone buys this, create this commission. So everything should be more automated. And this is, I would say, like classical scenario, mostly for us at Trackdesk, because we work with partnerships. But overall, every quadrant that wants to scale at a certain point will need some sort of solution to streamline this and to have it more organized in one source of truth. So this is also no literature about it, it's our insights. So do you think that this somehow relates to what you're doing, or do you feel that you don't belong to any of those quadrants? If anybody would like to share, of course, some stories or some thoughts, or just say like, yes, we belong and we become like a religion. Okay, never mind. Let's move on, because now we will talk about each group of partners that you can find for your business. And the first ones will be the affiliates, because I will start from the, let's say, wider group to the more, let's say, privileged or smaller group. The wider group is affiliates, and affiliates normally care about like, where's my commission? I'm gonna do this for you, how much I'm gonna get in return. Where are they? Normally they find you because they come to your website. You have a section below, like become an affiliate, ambassador, join a partner program. They sign up, they come recommended by someone else. They see that online you have some service or so, and they search for this type of tools that they can recommend. So normally they find you. There are a lot of them in conferences. Every time you go to conferences, events, you will find affiliates here and there. Online research. Normally what we recommend is to check, for example, people who are creating some content or running ads, or there's many people online doing this. And a good one that not many people care of is that they might be working with your competitors. So if you check your competitors' programs, you manage to sign up somehow, or you even Google it, or you check, for example, people who are creating content for your competitors, you might find out that there's really good affiliates over there. And there's some tools like Publisher Discovery and other tools that we know that normally they scan what your competitors are doing, and they can recommend you like, hey, these 5 guys are really good for your business. Strategy, it's a numbers game. Some people say that you go for 500, you find 50. So you need to be sending lots of mass emails, you need to insist, you need to avoid frustration. If you find a good one, hunt them until you get them working with you. And normally they evaluate many things, like, I'm promoting this product, why should I promote this other product? You know, like, what's the commission? Can I actually sell it more? And then, you know, you need to basically convince them. And but one good way how to convince them, for some of them, especially the ones that are starting, is that you offer them some training in return. The best results in affiliate programs are with affiliates that are trained as salespeople. Not like a cool community, let's meet and hang out, or not like, oh, this is marketing effort, so, you know, like, lots of marketing materials here for you, like, do your best, I trust you. Is about training them as salespeople. So you offer them training, I'm gonna make the best affiliate of you, and some of them will say, like, you know what, nobody offered me that, let's do it. If you go with media buyers are people who are expert in running ads, who might be doing a better job than you in terms of marketing, but they care about the budget because they work with big volumes, they need to set up a crazy amount of campaigns, they need to optimize everything, wrong keyword can be super expensive, so normally they care about the budget, about the timing, and you find them, same as affiliates, they might find you find them also in conferences, there's lots of media buying teams everywhere. Online research, also look for some recommendations. They are normally referred by other users as well. So you are part of this industry, you know, I work with this media buying team, they're amazing, they can like generate lots of traffic for you. And also in social media, you'll find them a lot in Telegram groups, LinkedIn, also they're very active. So I would say, like, this is very easy to find group. Strategy with them is plan your budget, because they will try to squeeze your budget. They will know exactly how much money they need to spend, the results that they can achieve. So you need to be very clear with the numbers. Know your conversion rates, because they will also care, like, okay, so how many people buy, you know, visiting your website and so on. They will make calculations. Doesn't make sense to me. Like, okay, I will pilot this, and then if it works, I will scale it. And also be transparent, because in this industry, and we've seen it, there's lots of let's say, people that don't pay in the end or don't value the work. And many of these people, you know, like, they work with such big volumes of data, campaigns, and money that they expect it to be properly compensated on time. And any mismatch in numbers, any fight and so can break the trust and can stop the collaboration. So normally, I would say that based on our experience, that's what we'll recommend. Any comments so far? Any appreciations? Okay, we can have more. Yeah?
Good job.
Thank you. We'll have more questions at the end, and you can then share also your experience. Then you have the referrer, the customer. This is different group that is still within partnerships, and hopefully they know you, right? So normally what they care about is, I like your brand, I like your product, I like your benefits. What do I get in return for promoting you? Hopefully you already have some of them. And the strategy with them is offer them internal benefits. For example, investment app. Bring me another one of your friends that would like to invest, and I will deposit $100 in your account. So normally this type of benefits work better than external benefit, like I will pay you a commission for, or, you know, I will send you a gift. It's more about the benefit in what they're already using. For example, I don't know, online supermarket. Okay, send me, I don't know, someone else from your family to sign up, and then I will deposit 100 credit points on your store so you can buy products for yourself. So these type of things are normally more common in referral programs. Some brands apply something that will be very simple to understand, because they're dealing with users that know your product but might not care much about, like, affiliation, running campaigns, or so it has to be, like, super simple. Do this and get this in return. But some people combine it with premium services. from the best 100 customers, we will give away a trip to Cancun. So then you can play a bit with some benefits that will be also attractive for your customers and will engage them also to become customers themselves. And they're open to your ecosystem. This is really good, because if they work with you with one service, they might be more open to buy another service from you or another service that you recommend. So normally, this is a good way how to build partnerships, because your partners normally will care, like, okay, who are your customers? Can you actually put me in front of your customers? So with this, if you have already some strategy in place and your customers know that you're active in promoting benefits, engaging them with other brands and so on, they might be more inclined to actually buy these other services that you promote. Friends and family. They normally care about two things. How can I help you, my darling, my dear, or what do I get in return? So it's either, like, okay, I'm gonna help you because I like you, or, like, I can help you, but give me something. I know you can give me some gift or so. Where are they? You already have them, hopefully. And the strategy with this is personal favors. Give them a gift. Give them a benefit. Like, I work in hotels. Okay, free weekend for you, and be nice to them. This is super relationship based. So personal favors, gifts, like something that will show your appreciation is probably the best way to go. So who here has friends and family? All of us, yeah? Bloggers, reviewers. They care more about the message because they are not the ones in front of the content. They create the content for other people to feel it, to live it, to see it, but they're not the ones like showing the face mostly. So they care a lot about the message itself, that resonates with what they do, that matches their blog, matches their audience and so on. And normally they're online. If you check some sources of media, blogs or so on that you would like to be present, normally there's contact information there. And also you can find them on LinkedIn and social media. Strategy, I would recommend value their content and tone. Don't try to change what they do, because they build reputation based on how they do things. They found the audience that trusts them. So you cannot really push them to, be happier with what you say about my brand. Also be careful with promotion, because promotion has to be built on trust and has to sound natural. The more that you push, for example, highlight these 10 benefits that they have with my brand. You know what? In my other product comparisons, I only highlight like 2 things. Why should I highlight 10? Then I will break the trust. It will sound like fake. It will sound like I'm over promoting you. It sounds like you're paying to me for me to write a positive review about your, product. And in some cases, if you have the chance, there's this exchange or guest posts or so that also both companies can potentially benefit from. Not everything will fit you. You don't need to say yes to everything, but keep that in mind that for some people it's also valuable to expand their reach with your network. Influencers, our favorites. Why should I work with you? Normally there's a bit of ego behind, because it's my face, I build my audience, I say the wrong thing, they don't trust me, but I can mobilize lots of people because I have the influence. So normally influencers at a certain point, they are capable of choosing who they want to work with. So you find them in social media, of course. This is where they create content, where they live, where they shine. They normally are connected with other influencers. So what they see that the other guy is doing, normally they are in touch or they see it and they can copy it. They can, connect with you as well. They're normally working with competition. The good ones, they always have some brands behind. They go to events and parties. Normally when we go to conferences, events, they're always there, always partying, always meeting, meetups and so on. So it's because the job they do is also very social, very exposed. They like, in many cases, coming to a place and being recognized. So it's feeding their, let's say, ego. I'm not saying that everyone who is in this field is like that, but I would say, like, generalizing a bit, you get the idea. And also they work a lot with marketing agencies. So sometimes you might know a marketing agency, or you might have some contact in marketing agency, and they already know, or they're in touch with some of these people that can help your brand. Strategy is prepare your hunting skills. These people are difficult. These people need to be convinced. Look for personal connections, any personal introduction, any other influencer that I know you like introduce me here, or through the marketing agency. Try to explore this a bit more than just cold outreach, and create special deals. You're so special. Let me give you, the best commission that I can give. It's much better than the one that you have with this other brand. I will help you sell more. I want your audience. I want your face there. So normally, if you make them also feel special and you feed their ego, then it's a good way how to get them on board. It's a still difficult thing to do, but your chances are better like that.
Is there a way to actually measure the influence coefficient before engaging with them?
Yes, actually there's some, to maybe compare, in this case, Trackdesk with other platforms. There are some other platforms that are fully specialized in influencers, and for example, their tone, their I forgot the measure the emotions, their influence, and they have some scores connected to this. Of course, you need to trust the tool as well, right? To trust the results, but it is somehow possible. And some tools that I mentioned before, like Publisher Discovery, for example, what they do is that they also measure, for example, the number of content that they create, audience, markets, and so on, and engagement in some cases, if they click, they don't click. So all these things could be potentially analyzed, and then you have sources for that. Then you need to trust the sources, which is, or you need to choose which data you want to focus on or pay more attention to. That will be more critical for your decision making. And business partners, our favorites, because B2B, we want to be in touch with cool companies like ours. We want to have like this type of events, and ideally like all of us here become partners. So what we've learned is that they're either agnostic or best friend. There's, you can feel when you're not the best friend. So if they're the best friend, they will like to recommend you. They will invite you for dinner. They will, let's do events together. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like, let me, connect you with my sales team. They need to know exactly what you do is great, and they will be your best friend. Like, let's grow this business together. We're from the same territory. We're trying to conquer the same territory. They partner up a lot. If you don't have this, probably you have someone who is agnostic, or who doesn't want to be your best friend, which is worse. So when they're agnostic, it means that, I can work with these 5 companies. I will probably just recommend the one that suits my customer better in each case. So they don't want to fully overcommit with working with you. So in these cases, sometimes like offering better commission or so is not the trick, because for them it's more important that their customers receive value and it resonates with what they do as a brand. Where are they? Conferences and events, like our meetups here. So this is another reason why we do these encounters, to help you find potential partners. Many of you are in the partnership sector, marketing, sales, and so on. So as we mentioned, up to 50% of your sales can go through this partnerships stream. Why not making some connections here? I will be actually really happy if after a few events we have some success stories here, and next time we meet, someone says like, hey, you know what, Alejandro, like I met this guy or I met this girl in this event, and actually our companies now are partnering up. We're like onboarding our first clients together. That will be like really good scenario. So please, after this, have some wines, some beers, and start having these conversations. That will be like really good outcome. They might be already around your connections. Like you add someone on LinkedIn, suddenly you have like 15 connections with this other person. So maybe someone can help you with the personal introduction. Try that. They might be working with your competitors. That's another way how to evaluate it, because, for example, us in the affiliate tracking business, we normally check which agencies are working with the best brands overall, so we can also offer them our solution as a new solution for them to be agnostic or best friends, we'll see, and recommend it to their customers. And it might be used by your customers. Pay attention to this, because in many cases, your best partner is used by your customers. If you have, for example, 100 customers and 3-4 customers are telling you like, you know what, I'm also using this other tool, can we connect somehow here or so? Maybe that's your best partner, and that's a partnership that you should explore. So at least with us, it's a bit easy because we're normally looking for new integrations for our platform. And eventually we have like 3-4 clients telling us like, you know what, can you have guidelines for this? You know what, you're the 4th customer that is asking me for this. Maybe it's time for me to contact these guys and build some sort of like partnership. So it's easier for them, for us, and for you as a customer to kick off this collaboration. And the strategy here will be, first of all, focus on offering value to their customers. They don't care much about the commission. Normally they have like established business. It's more about like, how can we make my customers have a better experience, a more valuable product, and we can all make more money. So they care more about normally delivering better their services and having better customers, and not that much about the commission that they can get from you. You can offer leads and visibility. So coming back to your referrals and current customers, you can put these other partners in front of your customers. So it's better if you do it somehow regularly, you're engaging with them, you have webinars, you have newsletters, you introduce other services that are related to yours, how you can benefit with this and that and so, rather than doing it like out of the blue, you know, one day like suddenly promoting another service. It will sound like your brand is gonna be acquired by someone, you know, like it can generate some confusion there. And also sell complementary services. This is also something that some of these partners told us. It's like, hey, we need to maybe create like a quotation or, you know, like a proposal that will include both services, and we deliver something better together. So that's another way how to approach this. So, what is your experience? Am I missing any type of partners that you have in your business? Do you see some, let's say, similarities with your own experience with these groups?
I would even label the integration partners as a completely different category. Integration partners, technology integrations. Because I saw it also in big companies, especially enterprise level B2B, that will basically have a complete channel, which is it's a different type of deals, different type of ICP, obviously. So I do think, and I have another point that I want to mention later on about how to categorize those programs and to which degree. But I do believe that integration partner is a completely different beast when you compare to referral partners, partnership programs, refer a friend program, ambassador program, whatever you want to label it.
Good point, good point. And actually it's really true because, for example, sometimes I struggle when we have an integration, like, you know, shall we kick off some partnership with these guys or not, or it's just integration? So it's true that it plays a bit different rules than this, so separate category. You have a question or comment?
Yeah, I just wanted to agree that the technology partners are definitely like a different partner program, and you have to approach them totally differently, because you usually want to get in front of their customers, and you create like a package, right? Like a value, better product. And then I would also probably separate the business partners into like resellers and then service partners, because this is something as you said, the complementary services, you create like a new joint value proposition with these partners, and you can offer better services, better package to customers.
Good point. Resellers is also something that we should have as separate category.
I want to share one not obvious idea.
Okay.
Because sometimes even competitors could be your partners, but not direct competitors. It could be your competitor from one segment of market. For example, in Grade, we are a ERP system who covers sales, project management, finance, etc. And we have a partnership with another product called ITFIN, I think. Finma. It's for covering some financial services in companies to track P&L, etc. And they are our partner because sometimes their clients ask them about how to manage projects and track projects, how to manage sales, and they come to us. So the idea is to find also competitors who not covers all the market, but covers only one segment, for example. And it's not obvious, and sometimes it fears companies to go to their competitors.
And to maybe like add something else to that, it happens sometimes that a competitor feels that you as a customer, you're not exactly their ICP. They don't have any sort of like formal relationship with you, but they say, you know what, go to this company, you're probably better fit for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good points. Okay, let's move on to the last slide. That is a bit of reflection, and then we can maybe continue with some questions or reflections or comments from your end. So, to reflect for a minute, 1, is your brand strong enough for others to resonate with? Will people, for example, like it so much that they want to do naturally some business with you, that they would like to partner up with you? What are your feelings or thoughts about your brand? So think about it for a second. Then, will promotion come naturally or an incentive is needed? So if someone will come to your brand and see it, they will feel naturally inclined to, you know what, I like it so much, I would like to maybe like tell my friend who is looking for something like this to go and buy it? Or will they think like, you know what, maybe I can recommend it if they offer me some incentive? Are you solving a problem that others wants to be solved? I encountered some partners along the way that offer me the world and they present their solutions like the best solution in the market, but it's actually a problem I don't care about. My customers don't care about. So sometimes it's also about fit, but sometimes they're solving a problem that nobody has and it brings no value to the market. So in these things, sometimes you have to be a bit cold-hearted and say like, you know what, business is business, you're a great person, but not my fit. Are you faster, cheaper, or better than other similar solutions? So what will be like your selling point, or like the thing that will make other people think like, this this service is the one I want to promote and not this one, if they will have the chance? Are you able to offer the same or greater value in return? Bring me 10 customers, I'll give you 15. Or please give me all of your customers, I have nothing to give you. That's really bad scenario to build partnerships. And that's it. So anybody would like to share some thoughts or questions or comments or complaints? Or with silence, you're still reflecting.
I have a question about, again, back to the types of partnerships. Where would you put a stop loss on a specific type of partnership by the level of partnership being serious? All right. My main question is, a lot of companies differentiate a refer a friend program an affiliate program. Okay? What would make you differentiate a refer a friend program to an affiliate program? Will you have both at the same time? Or when you will understand, assuming you started with a referral friend because you have a small brand or whatever, and then you saw it's getting traction, and then you said, okay, it's not just referral friend anymore, it's a referral program, and I need to work a little bit different on that. Where would you put your stop loss on where it's scaling and where you need to reposition the program itself?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure if the answer is easy. Maybe we can, some of us contribute. For me, it makes sense to have the referral program if you have a product that it's easy to adopt. So people come here, they understand it quickly, and normally I would say like B2C works better. So, you know, like I come here, I immediately see the value. I want, you know, like I saw it so quickly, I got this emotion. I would say there's a bit more emotional reaction to it. And sometimes like the benefit comes second. You know, like I start investing in some apps, and some apps I hated, but some I loved. So I start like recommending them naturally to my friends. And sometimes I even forgot about sharing the link. But it was because of the usage of it, like the experience I had. So I would say like if you see that the adoption to the tool is quite quick and you're more like B2C, then probably a referral program will make lots of sense to try to scale it as much as you can. But otherwise, I would say like affiliate business, it's a bit safer, especially in SaaS, because in SaaS you have like, you know, subscriptions, so normally the MRR is accumulating over time. So then it gives also like, I would say like better incentive to the marketing team itself to continue doing it. Once we see that, for example, some of our customers that are in SaaS, they start building affiliate programs, any like B2B, B2C, but I would say like even mostly B2B. Once they start seeing the program growing, it's a big incentive for them to invest more and invest more and invest more. And sometimes they don't think even about the referral program until like several months later when they ask us like, hey, can you also do referral, like maybe 2 years after. So yeah, it's hard maybe to find like a answer that will fit all the scenarios, but I think that normally those rules I've seen. So, you know, also if you have like really cool benefit to offer to your customers, go with referral program. If you have nothing to offer to your customers, then maybe go with affiliate program. Because with affiliate program, you can play more. Commission for this, commission for that, let's test what works, and then you can scale it.
It's obvious you see more in the mainstream, you see Bank, Revolut and stuff like that. You will, the messaging will be more on the referral friend aspect rather than the affiliate program, make money, etc., etc. And obviously more compelling to B2C rather than B2B. But you see it also there. It's very dependent, yeah? Sometimes also company copy mistakes from other companies. They want a new affiliate program, they saw a very successful brand, and they just copy what they are doing, even if they are copying mistakes. So the question is more the definition of each program and how you want to label in each phase you are at with your partnership program. That's the main point of the question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, if also you have 0 customers, hard to have a referral program. So, you know, like also depends on the stage of the company, but it's a big discussion. So, you know, like in networking with some peers, I think we can also continue with this. There was someone else here.
I have a question as well about the referral program and about the benefits in terms of the working B2B, because like I understand that a lot of the benefits you were talking about are more like for the B2C, and in terms of the B2B business, especially working with like a bigger organizations, would you recommend to like focusing with the benefits and like the relationship with champion or the client itself as a business, like benefits for the client as an organization, for example, a discount or so on, or working with the particular champions that like are our contacts in the organization?
It's also a good question because I'm trying to think about, for example, we're heavy users of HubSpot. So will I recommend people to use HubSpot? Definitely. But will I do it myself, that I will try to engage them with their sales process and like also think about like their buying process and maybe like in 3-4 months get some commission out of it? Probably not. Will be like too much hassle for me. What will be better for me? Like, okay, let's say I go through all that journey of bringing in a new customer, engaging them with sales and so on, and they offer me like crazy amount of credits to use with their AI and so on. Like, yeah, maybe I could try it once, but it will not be like consistent for me to do it. In that case, as a customer, I would prefer to have a discount. So it also, I think, depends on the tool itself. There's some, what we've seen in other tools is that people really like the commission. Like, for example, bring me some other companies similar to yours, and you get some money in your wallet that will eventually make your subscription cheaper and cheaper over time. And that people are normally happy with because, like, I'm working with this, it was easy to launch it. I have like other 5 friends launching same e-commerce site, like all sign up with my account, and then I get it for free, my subscription, and everyone is happy. And then also that in that company they will value you more because you're bringing like 5 and potentially more customers over time. So I would say like normally the benefit for the customer itself really depends on the value of the tool. If it's an expensive tool, hard to acquire, I'll go with maybe discount or so. And if it's like easy to adopt tool that many people will just like go and get started, like then you can offer some credits, some I don't know, like a referral commission or so. I'm not sure if it answered like what you had in mind, but yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, good. Anybody else? There's one question there from Adela.
This would be more question for you guys here, not to Alejandro, because we are on the same team. But I'd like to ask you, since I am, like working with customers that are actually looking for partnerships. So I'm kind of interested, what would be the place or a channel where like everybody here doing partnerships, you can think about the place where you get the best partners. So this is kind of the topic I'm talking about with the customers, like if it's either like conference, if you think it's some Telegram group, like if you can maybe think about if it's like whether, like you reach out to partners via LinkedIn, but if somebody is willing to share the experience, I would like to, like hear it.
This is $1 million question. So once I have an answer, I will send it to you.
No, but I think, like think about the partnerships. You, like if somebody is like really the partnership manager, if you think about the partnerships you actually signed up, like if you can tell me like, yes, I have like mostly from the conference, because clients are usually asking, like, is it like worth to go to the conference? And of course, I'm always like, maybe, like maybe for your business, it's really good to go there. But I'm just like wondering if somebody is really like, if somebody here can say like, yeah, the conferences are working the best for me. Is it like somebody who can say something like that? Or not really? Yeah?
Okay, I'm not sure about the conferences, but like old school Google, okay, now we have AI. Google, if you need a new market, yeah, depends on the product, but for example, where I used to work in, like I need to go to the new market, which I don't have any other partners. So Google, okay, now we have AI, thank God. You make a list of the potential partners, you have a profile of the company, you can imagine what kind of company you probably want for you to be a partner. And you pick up your phone and you call or you write an email, you reach out, and that's it. It's kind of a sales, and then that's old school thing. And it depends on the product, but that's what I worked. I worked in the hardware and the SaaS as well, so it depends.
Yeah, that's what I
Especially if it's a niche product or it's a niche SaaS, whatever you're trying to promote. So that's the experience that I had.
Google. Yeah, I know, because like I hear questions like, what is actually the key? And I'm always like, nobody knows the key, and it's like, for every business it's different. But I was just really wondering if somebody is like really that confident to say, for our business, conferences. But I see that probably it's like not really like that somebody is like really heading in just like, one direction, or yeah.
There was one here and then.
Yes, hello.
Yeah.
So for those who I haven't met yet, I work in smart emailing, and we've actually decided to focus on marketing agencies as partners. They would serve the clients as a tool, etc., and they would use it as a marketing tool. We started a marketing program as based on our competitors. Actually, we haven't actually done anything like that before, and the certification is something that works. So just like to focus on these partners who actually know how to use the tool. So you certify them so that obviously they can post it on social media, and take photos, etc. And offline events is something that actually really works in our case. So we've created a community based on those who are fully certified. Obviously, even though they are competitors, so at different events, some of them obviously know each other personally, others not so much. And this would be an event where they could potentially meet. We've created a community like this, and we do these events regularly on a quarterly basis. And it works really well because not only we have a chance to promote new features from the product as well, but also new trends in our case in email marketing as well, so that they can learn something new, not just networking, but also obviously we are always have to see them in person, and I think in our case it's key that the event is based offline and not online.
Thank you for sharing that.
There's some more comments here. You were first here.
So basically what I think works fine for us is reaching to partners who are already working with our competition. And especially, I think it's a good advice for the companies that have a complex solution that is like a lot to learn, because those are companies who have already experience in working in similar field. So it's like it's a challenge to like convince them to partner up. But if they like get to know us and like it, the adoption is easier, and they need to invest like less time to be partners.
That's the point. Thank you.
Here, Marina, and there's someone else.
Yeah, there was something.
It's like I don't have an answer. But you made me think about it, and if I will take from my experience, I work for different companies. For example, currently I'm working for cybersecurity company that is targeting enterprises and governmental structures, and our main, let's say, channel to find clients as well as partners is events, big events, and all this where we have face-to-face networking, where we can present our product, where we can discuss. My previous company, WoW, it was SEO tools, right? Like SEMrush, whatever, like analog to it. And we were e-product, right? Our clients were online, they're using our product online, and our best partners or affiliates, they were all online and similar, or at least somehow connected areas. So maybe you also, as I said, it's just a thought that maybe you need to as well look at from perspective of your customer. Where is your customer? If you online product, most probably you will find best partners online. Because they also targeting people online. They also trying to find this. If your product, as I said, like for example, even cybersecurity, it's online, but the client is different. Client is harder to reach. So maybe from this perspective, it also can help you as a product to find where should be your best partners. If it's offline world, networking, or online world, where the best. It's just a thought, but I think it's. From my experience, it's kind of working like that.
Thank you. There was someone else?
Yeah, thank you. As already said, I agree with most of the things, but even if, from my perspective, from UCAS, then it's always different in each country, right? Because for example, in Poland, the webinars works wonders. In Serbia, cold outreach email call works wonders. In UK, only personal touch and events and you know, like closed doors trainings works wonders. But none of it works anywhere else. If I try to implement what works in Poland to Hungary, it doesn't work. I have to find totally different stream. So that's why I said it's a $1 billion question. Because even with the same product, complex or not, it's different country per country, market per market, target by target, basically. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing. So maybe like if we all think about combination of all these topics, you know, and you make some groups, then it's the key. So thank you everybody for sharing.